Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror.
Dash, aka Dashing D. What's up?
Friday.
It is Friday.
We made it.
Barely.
Hardly.
Hardly.
So yesterday we saw some stuff about Mathew Perry come up. And we weren't really sure, so we didn't report on it. But today, CNN has some info for us. I also saw other sites are covering it as well. I saw it was on the cover of the New York Post this morning. So it says here a cadre of people linked to Mathew Perry, including doctors and North Hollywood's alleged quote unquote ketamine queen, took advantage of his vulnerability as
Mhm.
a recovering addict and supplied the beloved actor with the drug that would ultimately kill him, prosecutors say. Now, five people are charged in connection with Perry's death.
Mhm.
Perry, who starred as Chandler Bing on Friends, died last October at age 54. His body was found floating face down in a standalone jacuzzi at his Pacific Palisades home. He died from acute effects of ketamine and subsequent drowning, according to an autopsy report. Um, Trying to skip around to see what else. Investigators believe Perry, quote, fell back into addiction last fall, U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada said in announcing the charges Thursday. And a network of people, quote, cared more about profiting off of Mr. Perry than caring for his well being, Estrada says. Um, Two doctors, Salvador Placenia and Mark Chavez, worked to supply Perry with ketamine, Estrada said. Quote, defendant Lasenia saw this as an opportunity to profit off Mr. Perry, Estrada said. Last September, 1 month before Perry's death, Placenia learned that Perry was interested in purchasing ketamine and contacted Chavez, according to court documents in September 2023. Text message. In a September 23 text message, Estrada said, Placenia wrote, quote, I wonder how much this moron will pay.
So they have proof that they knew that they were taking advantage of him.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, it says
Kind of crazy.
yeah, there's more, but that's what it seems like. Yeah,
Well, that's kind of wild.
it even says Placenia later on. If you scroll down, it says Placenia quote administered a large dose to Perry that caused an adverse medical reaction. Prosecutors said in court documents. Perry's
I'm sorry.
look ahead.
I was going to say, what is ketamine? I don't know that I understand what ketamine is. Is it an opioid?
I am not 100% sure, but Google has answers.
I mean,
It says ketamine. Oh, that's Wikipedia. I don't want to read Wikipedia. Oh, DEA.gov. Let's go there.
oh,
Oh, I'm downloading a PDF. Wow. Okay. Did not mean to download a PDF, but now I have.
all of the.
Okay. It says here, what is ketamine? Ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic drug that has some hallucinogenic effects. It distorts perceptions of sight and sound and makes the user feel disconnected and not in control. It's an injectable, short-acting anesthetic for use in humans and animals. It is referred to as a quote dissociative anesthetic because it makes patients feel detached from their pain and environment. Ketamine can induce a state of sedation, feeling calm and relaxed, immobility, relief from pain, and amnesia, no memory of events while under the influence of the drug. It is abused for its ability to produce dissociative sensations and hallucinations. Ketamine has also been used to facilitate SA.
Okay. Um, I just never really know. I hear it. I don't even want to say I hear it. I've heard it, and I never really know what it is.
Oh, there's mad evidence. They're saying even here that one of the doctors, Placenia, went to Perry's house to drop off ketamine and even injected the drug for Perry in the back of a vehicle in a parking lot at one point.
What was this? This was for them to make money.
Yeah, they're trying to take advantage of. They were taking advantage of Matthew Perry. This is saying basically that one doctor bought it from the other doctor and then administered it to Perry, and Perry was clearly paying for everything.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
And there's another person, Eric Fleming. It
Hmm.
says by mid-October, Eric Fleming, another person close to Perry, started reaching out to an alleged drug dealer to buy vials of ketamine on Kerry's behalf, authorities say.
Hmm.
From September to October 2023, Perry was given, quote, approximately 20 vials of ketamine. Wow. That cost him roughly 55,000, the federal prosecutor said.
Ugh,
Dollars. You know what I mean?
that's crazy. I never understand. I mean, um, I get that people have uh, problems with addiction, but it just always blows my mind to hear how much money people spend on drugs. Um, it's kind of crazy, but I mean, it's really sad. I actually did not realize that we were coming up on the anniversary so quickly. It feels like it just happened. Him passing away. Um, but I say get him. I mean, if that's what they did, and you know, they perpetuated an already unfortunate situation and took advantage of this person who clearly needed help. Um, it's just that's just nasty work. Like I'm not into that. I don't. It's such a I don't know. People do a lot of shitty things for money.
I agree. One doctor is pleading innocent, the other pleaded guilty for a deal.
Well, yeah, because that's the point that they're at, I guess. With all the evidence that they have. Um,
Yeah, so the one that's his doctor, it looks like, um, Lasenia,
mhm.
his lawyer, their statement says Mr. Perry was on ketamine treatment, medically supervised, medically prescribed. And while the U.S. attorney may disagree with Dr. Placenia's medical judgment, there was nothing criminal at the time. More importantly, the ketamine that was involved in Mr. Perry's passing was not related to Dr. Placenia.
Mhm.
Um, and then the other doctor, Chavez, has agreed to plead guilty to one count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine. So I don't know, and it seems like Perry's assistant is the one that administered some of these shots, including uh, towards the end, right before he passed. So I don't know. This is really
It's wild. There's a lot of them.
away at 5 people. So
Yeah,
um,
it's quite a bit.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, I guess I'm glad that justice is prevailing in this situation because there's a lot of times where people have these overdoses and they don't ever find out exactly where the drugs came from. So, yeah.
yeah. No, I think it's good that they're working to get to the bottom of the situation and to um, charge the people involved. Um, I think it's a scary situation when people are taking advantage of someone's addictions, someone's weaknesses. And I think that, it gets really tricky in those circumstances because the people who may be purchasing these things or inquiring about these things, they're not of sound mind. And so, you know, it's really hard to hear that people are taking advantage of someone with a disease and that they just don't give a fuck, that they just, want to focus on profits.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know the full details. There was a lot said there. But I hope that they are able to get to the bottom of everything that went on and
Hmm.
whoever, whoever got to go down, got to go down.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
I think it's interesting that dealers and people who are um, involved in people's deaths indirectly, I guess is the way to say it. I'm not sure if that's even the proper way to say it, but I think it's interesting that we're starting to see more of these trials because it wasn't something that was happening on a regular basis before.
Hmm.
Um, but I totally get why, and I'm not sure exactly what the charges will be. I see that, like I said, Chavez is pleading guilty to one count of conspiracy.
Uh-huh.
But I think if you're responsible for someone's death, yeah, there should be a trial, and we should get to the bottom of what exactly your involvement was.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, all right, we transition now into a super different topic.
No.
Uh,
Yeah, very
but
different note.
you said a very different what?
Very different note.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So trending on all the sites right now is a new list.
I hate lists.
And so Complex has put out a list. Their list is, if I can get this ad off my screen, 50 best, 50 best Atlanta rappers of all time. And before we read the list, or some of the list, or react to the list, I'd like to read their criteria uh, because I always think it's interesting what people have as their criteria.
Uh-huh.
And I think it helps with our reactions.
Okay.
So it says here, so what's the criteria? For this list, we use three determining factors.
Hmm.
One, skill as a hip hop artist.
Okay.
Two, strength of their catalog.
Okay.
And three, the lasting influence and commercial impact of their music.
Okay.
But
So,
there's more.
oh wait, there's more. I thought there were three.
But then they keep going.
Oh, because I
How
was
are
about
we
to say
def-
the first two don't sound like quantitative things, but sure.
how are we defining an Atlanta rapper? We're following the Tupac rules of list making, rap list making. We wouldn't put Pac on a New York rap list, so we're not going to put Ludacris on a Midwest one. An Atlanta rapper, by our definition, is someone who came to creative life. Creative life is funny.
Came to so oh, all right.
Creative life is funny.
No, it
An
is.
Atlanta rapper, by
Uh-huh.
our definition, is someone who came to creative life in the city and actively represented the ethos of the A in their music.
So Atlanta niggas did this.
Oh, it doesn't. I don't think it says who
I think
did
it's
this.
supposed to say, but I think we have enough information to deduce.
Okay.
All right, let's because I just and I know we got to get out of here soon.
Well, let's get to this list. So number 50 is Lil Nas X.
Oh, are we going through all 50?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sci
Lil
High the
Nas X is a rapper.
Sci High the Prince is 48. I heard you. We'll get to that in a second. Sci High the Prince is 48, just in
I,
case you didn't hear me.
I caught that. Mm-hmm.
Lil Scrappy is 44.
Okay.
By the way, each person they have segments slash explainers. They have why they belong on this list,
Okay.
commercial success, and important songs. So everybody has like a paragraph or two or three with why they're on this with their explainer section.
Okay. Yep.
Uh Bob is 43. You might have forgot about Bob, but he's up here.
Oh no no no! I remember B.O.B.
I'm just trying to shout out some of the popular ones. OJ the Juice Man, 42.
Okay.
Roscoe Dash, 41.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're gonna want me to say this or not, but Sean Paul from the East Side Boys, Young Bloods, remember?
Like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Yeah. Uh
I didn't know their names.
Young Bloods, actually, not East Side Boys. Sorry, the Young Bloods. But yeah, Sean Paul is up there from the
Sean
East Side,
Paul.
from the Young Bloods, from the Young Bloods.
Did you
That's what
keep
I'm saying.
saying Sean Paul, and I keep thinking
I don't know.
Jamaican Sean Paul, R- reggae Sean Paul.
No,
Oh, I don't know that man.
from the Young Bloods.
No,
All
I,
right.
I heard you, and I said I
Young
don't know
Young
that.
Young Nudie, who's popular, 38. Rich Homie Quan, 37.
Rich Homie Quan, I know that one. Okay.
Oh, Childish Gambino, number 33.
Okay.
Number 31, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Number 30, Pastor Troy. Number 29, Young Dro. Number 28, your favorite, Soldier Boy Tell 'em.
Okay. He. Okay.
Number 27, JID. Number 25, Big Lotto.
Big Mama.
Number 24, Lil Yachty. Number 23, Waka Flocka Flame.
I said, look, ma, no hands.
Number 2, Shorty Low.
Shorty Low in the business. I'm sorry. I love Shorty Low. Rest in peace.
Number 20, Gunna.
Okay.
Number
Yeah.
19, Takeoff. Number 18, what? Damn,
Okay.
Lil Jon.
All right.
Number 17, Jermaine Dupri.
Okay. Okay.
Number 16,
Cause like, is he? Anyway, go ahead.
number 16, CeeLo Green. Number 15, Quavo.
Who's your favorite member of the Migos?
I don't have a favorite from the Migos. Number 14, Killer Mike.
Pick one.
I don't have a favorite from them. But
I mean,
Complex does because number 13
it's Offset.
is Offset.
And I was gonna say that's my favorite member of the Migos easily for various reasons, not because of reasons that he was picked for this list, but
Number 12, Playboy Cardi. Number 11, 21.
21. Can you do something for me?
Right. And for those who don't know who we're talking about, that would be 21 Savage.
Yeah.
Number 10. Now you know we gotta read the top 10.
I would like to hear the top 10.
At top 10, numero 10, Lil Baby.
Hold up.
I'm
I feel
holding.
like I don't remember everybody you just listed, but I just feel like Lil Baby. I feel like honestly, this is none of my business because I'm not from Atlanta, so like I don't even know where my place is right now. Like I'm from Brooklyn.
Number 9, 2 Chains, One Neck.
I never even been to Atlanta.
Or, as some people will prefer for me to say, 2 Chains.
Formerly known as Titty Boy.
Correct.
I love me some 2 Chains. I'm not mad at that. Although, well, yeah, I'm not mad at that.
And speaking of boys, number 8 on the list, Big Boy from Outkast.
Okay.
Number 7 on the list, Luda.
Okay.
Ludacris.
Luda's number 7. All right. Well, he means in the top 10. I think that's reasonable.
Number 6, the man of the hour, Mr. YSL himself, Young Thug. You got words, or should I go to number 5?
I don't know if I would put him in the top 10, but okay. Let's see who else.
Number 5, the snowman himself, Jeezy.
This might be, again, this is none of my business. But this might be a question that I shouldn't ask. But Young Thug and Jeezy should be next to each other on a list like this?
Um, I don't know. According to Complex, yes. Number 4, Gucci Mane.
How do they decide? Like, how do people from Atlanta decide which one comes first? Is it like an affiliation? Like what? Because I feel like Gucci. I understand why Gucci Mane and Jeezy are next to each other. That makes so much sense to me. But that's about the only thing that has made sense about this list so far is that they should be next to each other. Because how do you decide?
Oh man.
When you're talking about caliber of artists, they should be next to each other. But listen, it's not. It's really again. I have never been to. I've been to Savannah, Georgia, but I've never been to Atlanta, Georgia. So this is none of my business. I'm just a New York bystander
Number 3,
with all the New York bias. Because there's so many other people I would have picked before a lot of these people, but that's not what this is.
number 3,
I'm scared.
T.I., the Rubber Band Man.
Rubber Band Man is number 3. Okay, okay. I'm not mad at that. I think contributions. When you talk about contributions, to what we know as certain subgenres, as we were talking about today, I think T.I. deserves to be, if we are talking about a regionalist, I think T.I. certainly deserves to be at the top of the list. Not saying he needs to be number one. I just mean, in that top section. I would agree with that.
Number two, I just fuck your wife in some Gucci flip flops.
I'm gonna need you to clarify who that is.
As Future.
Future came before Ti and Jeezy and Gucci Mane and Big Boy.
Mr. March Madness himself. For a second, I thought your screen froze until you blinked.
What are y'all niggas smoking?
I'm sorry, what? What? Okay.
What are y'all niggas smoking? Because whatever. Like I said, it's none of my business. Let me just fall back. Who is number one? And I hope number one is who I think it is. It better be who I think it is. Y'all did something right. That is the only answer I will accept. that
And
is the
number one,
only that is the only answer I will accept. I mean, I think that there are people that are in that top 10 who could have easily have been number one, but I also think that Three Stacks. I mean, I love Three Stacks. I won't dispute that. I just feel like
sitting at number one, your favorite flute playing fool, the prototype,
you are the prototype. I think I'm
Andre
in
3000.
love again.
You heard what Twister said. Twister said, Dre said you the prototype.
Is Twister on that list?
No, Twister's from Chicago.
Never mind, because they're gonna get in my ass about that too. I didn't.
Twister's from Chicago.
I love Chicago. I think Chicago is a beautiful city.
I'll take your word for it.
It's a
Never
beautiful
been.
city, especially in the. Listen, Kanye was right when he said "Summertime Shy." Summertime Shy is like a. It's just it's amazing. Anyway, let's move on.
That's the list.
What you think
Talk
of the
about
list?
it.
What you think of the list? I gave a lot of colorful commentary already. What did you think of the list?
I want to go back to their criteria.
Tunes,
Yes. Big tunes.
big tunes.
Okay, I'm back at the top. I just want to go over their criteria one more again.
I guess.
Number one,
Erica
skill
Badu
as
was not. She's from Texas. Never. She's from Texas.
I'll say, what's Erica Badu got to do with this?
She's from Texas. It doesn't even matter because she's from Texas, so it wouldn't even
Just
apply.
just wanted to jump out the window, huh?
I did. I did. Usher wasn't on there. After the night,
No,
don't leave your girl around me. True play it for real. That's my nigga for real.
he was not. Uh, the three determining factors were skill as a hip hop artist, strength of their catalog, and the lasting influence and commercial impact of their music. My first problem is this list is called Top 50 Rappers.
Yep.
Half of these people are not rappers.
Okay.
That's my first problem and probably my biggest problem. Some of the people on this list don't rap. And
Like
so therein lies the problem for me.
like who?
And go ahead.
No, I said like who?
Future's a rapper. Young Thug is a rapper. CeeLo Green is a rapper.
Okay, CeeLo Green, I was a little confused, but Future and Young Thug don't consider themselves rappers.
Do they rap to you? Are those rappers for you? I don't think those are rappers, first of all.
You don't think it's rap if there's auto tune?
No.
Okay, that's
First
fair.
of all, like we
I'm just
spoke about
asking
last
questions.
time.
I'm not. I'm not.
No, no, it's fine. It's
You know.
fine. But this is part of my issue, right? This is why when we were talking about subgenres, I spoke about the melodic rappers, right? There is a category at the
Okay.
Grammys called Best Melodic Rap Song.
Mhm.
The people who do the sing-songy auto-tunes thing,
Mhm.
I didn't think they were rappers. I don't categorize them in the rap category.
Mhm.
And so Gunna, Young Thug, uh Future, the Migos, I'm not taking away from their talent.
You don't think that the Migos rap? You think they sing?
They are jamming by my house and Dash is enjoying tunes. I don't know if they can hear it post edit, but that's what's happening.
Well, they can see it.
Yes, they can. Um, I just think there's like some sing-songy rhythmic thing happening. I don't
Okay.
necessarily know that they're spitting 16 bars. I'm not trying to knock them. I'm not trying to hate on them. I know people in the comments are going to come at me, and that's fine. I'm just saying that I think this is the challenge with some of the people on this list.
Mhm.
When I see their names, because I don't put them in the regular rap category. And
Okay.
also, I thought CeeLo Green was a singer. I'm really confused.
I
I
thought so
mean,
too.
I
That's
guess
why I
at
was
some
a little
point,
confused.
I guess at some point he did rap,
Did
but
he?
largely CeeLo Green is known as a singer, and so this
Yeah,
is really
you.
confusing to me.
He's a singer.
No, I'm aware. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I
Yes,
think way back, I'm saying way back in the dungeon era, perhaps he was spitting some bars, but we largely know CeeLo Green as a singer. And so
Okay.
I'm a little confused about why he's on the list. And so this is what I'm saying. Like some of the people on this list, I wouldn't even put on this list. And I understand that I didn't make the list, but that's part of my confusion. I don't understand why they're there to begin with. That's part of my concern with this list that I don't think some of these people, although they are huge artists, although they are huge influences to Atlanta and to the music scene, period. Your list is called Top 50 Rappers of All Time.
This is true.
And so that's a bit confusing to me because even in your criteria, you're just saying hip hop artist. So why isn't it the top hip hop artists of all time for Atlanta? And that's why that, and I'm being semantic-y, yes. But I think when you talk about a list, that matters. Um, and so I think, are they artists? Of course. Do they create great things? Of course. I'm not taking away from any of their talent, any of their impact, any of those things. But then I don't think the list should be called rappers. And maybe I'm just an old guy who has an old definition of rappers. But the people who do the sing-songy stuff, I don't think they're necessarily rappers in the generic sense. And so that's part of my confusion here. Um,
Okay.
I think if you take them off this list, then some of these numbers change. Um, like Little Nas X, is he a rapper?
I was confused about that. I was confused about CeeLo Green.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
No,
some of
I
the
get
people on
what you're
this list,
saying.
it's like,
I also
are
just
they?
feel like some of it is out of order, and I understand that this is an opinion. This is not fact. There's no way to factually. I mean, it would just be album sales or something like that. It would be actual tangible numbers, quantitative information, and that is accurate from a quantitative perspective, but from you know, this versus that perspective, it's not. It's all somebody's got to have an opinion for that to happen, for that conversation to happen.
Sure.
So, but I do think that some of it is out of order. Just even just thinking about the things that they listed, I knew as soon as it said use the word strength of what did it say?
Catalog.
Strength, strength of
Catalog.
strength of catalog. I
Yeah,
thought it was
strength
something.
of their catalog was number two.
Strength of catalog, and I was to me those sound so like um sugar coated, like there it's not, again, it's not quantitative, it's just kind of like, oh, I think this person's catalog is strong versus that person's catalog. I don't, because uh how does I know a lot of people love Lil Baby, but I was a little confused about him being in the top 10. Same thing with Young Thug. I think that a lot of people love those people, but if you've gone way back, I could see if it was like a recent list where it's just people in the last, I don't know, decade, then maybe that narrows it a bit and maybe they end up higher on the list. But if you're going as far back as certain artists go, like Scrappy's not making, well, I don't know if he's making any music now, but Scrappy was popular a long time ago, more than 10 years ago. So that's why I'm like, I'm a little confused about that part of it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like this is none of my business. I'm not from Atlanta. I feel like people from Atlanta probably have a way better vantage point because they've probably seen these people perform a bunch of times and just know their bodies of work way better than I ever would. I do have New York bias. I have no problems admitting that. I do. The catalogs that I know most intimately are of artists that are from our region. So that's, uh, more power to y'all. I think Andre 3000 makes sense. I think Jeezy next to Gucci Mane makes sense, but there are some people on that list that I'm very confused. And were there other women on that list?
Diamond was up there.
Is that it?
I'll look again, but I don't. Yeah,
No,
I
you
think
don't
it was
have
only
to.
them two.
I'm just curious. I was just curious because I'm like, am I just thinking about artists that maybe aren't from Atlanta? Like, isn't Trina from Atlanta? No, she's
Miami.
from Miami. Okay, see, this is why I need to stay in my lane. But yeah, so that's all I got. I know we got to get out of here. So, um, but yeah,
Yeah. Also, like, it's really weird to me because if you're talking about strength of catalog and you have Jermaine Dupri as a rapper,
what is he doing?
um,
He was another one where I was like, what?
well, my thing is, yeah, he's rapped, but his catalog is not really what he's popular for is not necessarily rapping. And so if you're gonna count him and his catalog, then he would be number one. Because if
Right.
you're gonna count his catalog and his impact, Jermaine Dupri has one of the biggest impacts in the game period of
Yeah.
all hip hop. I'm not
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say he's number one in impact in all hip hop, but he's certainly up there
Hmm.
with songwriting, with production, with acts that he has uh, put on. There's another term I'm looking for, but can't think of it at this second. Broken. That's the term. Acts he's broken. Um, I don't understand why he would be so low on this list, or rather so high. Low is number one, technically. But I don't understand how he's not top five if that's the case, because I don't understand. Are they excluding his songwriting and producing and stuff? Is it solely him as a rapper? I'm confused by that because it says strength of catalog, and technically his catalog is legendary and all the stuff that
Half the
we,
people in Atlanta.
yeah, and outside, like he's done stuff for Mariah Carey and Jay-Z and so many people. I don't understand what happened. I saw your reaction.
Was Bow Wow on that list?
No, he was not. But isn't Bow Wow from Cleveland?
Well, didn't they say creative born?
But I think even that,
Ohio is where I'm from. I guess he always did rep Ohio, but he's
right?
been
But
in
you said
Atlanta
like
for
they
so
gotta.
long.
I agree with you, and that's interesting.
He's Atlanta
I
by
could
the.
argue both. I could argue both sides of that. He does rep Ohio, not ATL. But yeah, if you're gonna talk about born, creative born, that's a good point.
I mean,
And
he's
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't understand Jermaine Dupri. There's a lot of people I could nitpick on, but I just think that was the biggest standout to me. That Jermaine Dupri was like 35 or something, and I'm like, but if you're counting Jermaine Dupri and his catalog, he he flies up to top five probably.
Is the brat not from Atlanta?
I don't know where the Brad is from, but she was not on this list.
All right. Well, I know we gotta go, but yeah, has been interesting. Y'all have y'all list over there in Atlanta,
Let me see, where is the Brat from?
and I'm gonna just mind my business for the rest of the
Oh, it
day.
says the Brat is from Chicago.
Oh well, I guess that's why
Yep.
she too is not considered creative born in Atlanta.
Good question.
I feel like they said that so they could put their faves on that list and not have to answer to it.
No,
Cause,
that's a great point.
cause by that definition, there could have been a couple of other people that could have made that list.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of weird the way they did this list. Um, and I'm not mad at them incorporating some of the newer, younger acts. I think if you feel they have the impact, then include them. But I don't know. I just feel like some of these things are weird. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah,
You're right.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't.
either.
I don't really know. I don't really know beyond that what to say.
I don't know either. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
Yes, thank you for being here. We're gonna get our New York asses out of here. Have a good weekend. We'll
Bye.
see y'all on Monday.
Bye.